All right, what's good, YouTube? Project Karma back at it again with another video, and we're on episode 11, Deceiver. You guys already know what we're about to do, so we're going to get right to it. All right, so episode 11. It's the build up, which I think.
Uh, I thought it was interesting. It's more of getting now. It really feels like we're the bad guys of the show are now being put in a position of how Aaron and all of them kind of grew up, like finally learning that everything is really your fault. Everything that you've done. Like I thought it was really interesting when they interacted with all the orphans, but I guess we should go back to the very beginning first of how they broke out. Not sure if that's really BS. I mean, it kind of makes sense because
I don't think that was
it
BS.
made sense. You know, they're children, so if somebody is spazzing out, especially since it's not like they really have any ill harm that they want to do to the kids. So
yeah.
But Gabby was going in. She was like, "Oh yeah, I was like,
nah.
bro, whoa." But them escaping, that it kind of made sense. It wasn't BS. But when they started, because I think who is it that the house isn't that house the people Sasha's parents or Sasha's dad? Or
yeah, I think that is Sasha's dad.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Something. Yeah, blouse. Yeah. So I thought it was interesting that this whole time he had kind of like an orphanage for them over this period.
See, I couldn't tell if like he just started the orphanage, like Sasha died, he started the orphanage just because, or if like maybe there's even a possibility that Sasha was an orphan who, and he picked her up and all these other kids. I couldn't tell how long all the kids had been there because they're pretty young.
Yeah, no.
You said it was the kids from that place after her mom got eaten alive.
Yeah, because Sasha saved her
from that
they
town.
Showed the flashback.
Because Sasha saved, yeah.
Mm-hmm. True.
So it definitely
all
seems
those
like they
people
were
lost their parents.
Mm-hmm. So they were all. So okay. So Sasha didn't grow up with them. They came after the wall got kicked in, basically, correct?
Pretty much after Sasha saved that girl from after her mom was getting eaten. Those kids lost their parents like she did.
Dang, the parallels that they've been doing in this show is like, good job.
Right.
Yeah,
and showing how it all ties back. Because when I saw that scene, I was like, wait, that's right. You are from that scene. I completely forgot about you. That was crazy. And then even with Mikasa, when they were talking about that girl in the cell, like seeing all the way back to when it was Mikasa that saved all of the villagers and that girl from the Titan that was about to crush them because they couldn't get through the gate. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's you from all the way back then.
Baggage.
That was because Mikasa came from half court. She came shooting from half court and saved them.
Yeah, they're showing all the the ripple downs from what happened throughout the other seasons. Yeah, we kind of really forgot about.
That's crazy parallels. That goes back to season 1. Like,
yeah, literally.
Imagine this man literally knew what he was doing from the beginning. But what do y'all think about how Gabby and Falco are reacting to what the girl had to say to them? Because she was making some good points. I mean, Gabby wasn't completely wrong either, but it's just hers is just like, we're living in the present, you're living in the past.
Very set in your ways.
What you got, Ruben?
Yeah, I think Falco has been seeing kind of like from the other side, at least a little bit. Not saying he's fully like on Paradise's side, but like he's been understanding ever since the whole Aaron Ryan thing.
Yeah.
Reiner thing from like, a few episodes back. But I tell you, the old girl, blonde haired chick that Sasha saved, I bangs with her. It's not very often you see an anime where an anime character will like really sit there and tell it like it is. Like they normally beat around the bush and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, y'all, you can't run away from your sins because y'all did this and that. She's like, my mom died 4 years ago. What did she do? Over there. Oh, well, 1,000 years ago, my mom's not 1,000 years old. What did she do? Oh, well, just the other day, my mom was already dead. what did she do? You know, like she was really giving it to Gabby. I'm like, yes, let's go. I like that.
Gabby was getting stuck too. Like I was kind of laughing. I was like, Gabby has no right answer. She's like, yeah, you did this 100 years ago, and she's like, but this is 4 years ago. What did my mom do 4 years ago in comparison to that 100 years? She's like, but you know, your ancestors. But what did my mom do? Nothing. So why did she have to die? Because you guys wanted to all of a sudden break down the walls while we were minding our business. I was just
right,
like, yeah,
y'all suffered
man.
over there. My mom was born here.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, nah, it's an interesting situation. I mean, this whole episode, you wouldn't I personally wasn't expecting episodes like this in the final season because it's the final season, so I'm expecting like war, gore, all that. I knew it wasn't gonna be nonstop action, but like an episode like this, like the writer for this show is goated for me. That's hard to do. But you know, so now we know in the next episode they're going to see who y'all say the guy who's supposed to be making Sasha's dad,
the Marlene chef.
So what do y'all think is going to happen there? How do y'all think that'll all play out? Do some speculation. Or I guess Aunt Khalil, y'all can take it away.
Well,
I feel like
I read, so I can't speculate.
Got you.
That's true. I feel like if he realizes that she's the one that killed Sasha, because I feel like right now they don't know that she's gone, or they're probably looking for her, but she did just escape, earlier. I feel like when they go there and he realizes it, it'll be like a choice of, do you turn your back on them because they're from Marley or whatever, like where you're from, or do you, return them back to jail because of the killing Sasha and how in love he was with Sasha and stuff like that. I feel like it's gonna be one of those type of things.
Do y'all think the chef actually knows that they're these child soldiers that who escaped? I mean, unless they put it out on milk cartons, I can't see how he would know. That's the only thing I'm thinking with that. Does he know that these are the ones? Because I don't think he was there during that mission.
I'm saying that maybe it'll be a kind of like say Connie told him what happened, like a girl snuck on the ship and killed Sasha, and he realizes they're from Marley and put two and two together, like this is the person who killed Sasha, not really like actually knowing it, but like kind of putting it together.
Got you.
Know what I mean?
Oh, like
maybe
he puts it together on his own time.
Yeah, like a 2 and 2 type thing, like this is a Marleyan girl. Where was she came from? How did she get here? Put 2 and 2 together, then that's why I feel like that's where that comes from. You know what I mean? Like one of those type of things.
I get what you're saying.
Or it'll just go on like it didn't happen, and she just like plays it like she didn't kill Sasha, and then they find a way to get her back to the other side. Or Reiner shows up because we also saw that Reiner was saying that he heard her voice, and they were probably planning to attack to come over.
You can't guess all the theories.
It's true, but I was. That's true.
I mean, got all his fingers up. If it's this, it's this.
Theories. He gonna be like, yeah, I was right. Like, nah, you guessed all of it.
That's true.
But nah,
Even when
I
I'm wrong,
saying.
I'm right.
I feel this one is weird. I feel like it can go either way. You kind of hit them all, but I definitely think that he could just not know, and it could be another moment for Sasha to kind of really understand that, like, oh, here's somebody who's basically kind of just like me, and he's living within them, probably joking, playing around, being compassionate towards them, and it may be able to open her eyes. And maybe it's not for Sasha, maybe we'll see it for Falco, where he can really come to the either the midpoint or the other side, where he's like, oh snap, okay, I gotta acknowledge that they're literally just like me. And what they kind of played on for Aaron for it to happen with. Remember, he got to see their side, and they kind of made it seem like he was going to turn to the other side. Maybe Falco will actually turn to the other side, so we get that parallel too, give us all the alternatives and what it could have been, if that makes sense.
Right. I did want to bring up the question that you kind of asked us off recording about how Gabby is the way that she is now, if her mindset, if she would have been able to be a little bit more compassionate to the orphan that they met if she were a little bit older. Like, do you think she would still be set on the past and the ancestors of them being like evil Eldians or whatnot if she had talked to the orphan when she was a little bit older? Do you think? Ruben? And
Me, you talking about if Gabby was a little bit older?
yeah,
Basically, if Gabby was older, do you think that she'd be able to be a little bit more empathetic towards the other side and when
Right, yeah,
she's
nah, I
talking
get
to
it.
the girl? You do?
I'm gonna give you a hard no on that one. A hard no. I feel like Gabby is so stuck in her ways. It's like it don't matter how old I am. I am, you know what I'm saying? Like I am an Elden warrior, unless because you know what I'm saying. You learn things as you go older because of the things that you are around. But unless her whole situation changed, she's not going to change her mindset. And if she never got captured, her entire mindset, even if she got older, if she just stayed in Marley the whole time, would be that they are devils. So she's not going to just sit there and relate to them just off of,
So
you know, some sob story. Reiner, maybe, because Reiner was with them for like a while. Like he was there for a while. They were stuck there. Reiner, Annie, all of them. So that's why Reiner had his whole back and forth, like inner fight kind of thing. But Gabby wasn't. Like Gabby's not going to grow up like this with all these, like, you know what I'm saying, like this predetermined knowledge in her head and then go to paradise, meet this orphan, and be like, oh yeah, you know what? Everything I know is wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I think there's a possibility maybe because Ant brought up the fact that Falco kind of is a little bit more level-headed and can see both sides. So I think there's a possibility maybe that Gabby could, but I definitely agree. I think Gabby is she has
I think
the
it's
slave
specifically 'cause
mindset.
it's Gabby.
She's kind of
People
stuck.
can just Gabby specifically. No, I don't see it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think she has like this kind of slave mindset where she
wants to be a good Eldian.
she's trying to do it for somebody else, and like she's really trying to make these other people happy, so she can't get out of it. Trying to be the good kid or the good girl, you know what I mean? I guess we can all give our ratings for the show. We're close to that time, and I guess we'll start with you, Ruben.
Yeah, the episode. I'll give it an 8. I really like the orphan girl. She was cool. Like I said, she was telling like it is. I like how she addressed Gabby and how she was even saving them, like knowing they were from Marley. Like she knew from the jump and ain't say nothing. So I kind of bangs with that. You know, helping the story progress along, shit like that. I'm not too sold on how they escaped prison, but it wasn't like BS like I thought it might have been. So you know what I'm saying, props to the writer. But still didn't really sit right with me. But that, you know what I'm saying, all in all, an 8.
Khalil?
All right, Hajime Isayama, you are the man. You are definitely the man because I forgot about all these callbacks. Like when I saw the girl, I was like, "Oh, that's right, her. She is living with the family now. Wow, I forgot Sasha did this, that, and the third." I'm gonna give this episode a nice. I'm gonna give it a nice 8.5.
Okay, Amari.
Yeah, no, I actually was stuck between an 8 or an 8.5. I think I'm gonna go with 8. Show was definitely solid. I agree with you, Khalil. Like for a moment, I forgot, and I was like, "Wow, wait a minute. That's right. That's the girl that Mikasa saved from season 1. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the girl that Sasha saved from that season some time ago." I was like seeing how they all kind of came back and connected to the future time, timestamp. I'm like, that's it's good to be able to see those connections. And then especially, having that conversation between the orphan girl and Gabby, like having somebody really trying to set her straight, because I want to see how that goes. Like nobody's been able to, but she's actually a good person to do that. And yeah, just overall, I think it's an 8. It's good.
Okay. And
I'll give it a 9. I feel like this episode was really good. Put a lot of context and backstory to everything. Kind of like reminding us that it was still civilians outside of the main characters that we see that were impacted by the actions of the main characters that we seen the entire time. So I'll give it a 9.
okay, yeah, I'm going 9 too. Just the fact that he could bring it around full circle is, I don't think we see that ever for real, done properly. Or maybe it's just me, I don't watch enough. But me seeing that and then the build up for next episode in the middle of the final season, that's GOAT worthy to me. So I'm going 9 too. But this has been our podcast reaction review of Attack on Titan season 4 episode 11. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
But the video before he starts. That's it.
Oh yeah.
What was that?
I don't either.
New opening. We don't got no opening. What the hell?
No,
Get out
the
of here.
Attack on Titan. That's the
I'm
new
cutting
opening.
it.
Fired.
My bet is definitely on. I can see Magma dying. He'll do something boneheaded or something really brave, some kind of redemption. Like
If you like any of the sport animes, this is the one for you.
Talking
They
about all
kind
you
of
Haikyuu
do that
lovers.
exaggeration thing that